Hello everybody, it is Pine the Pear, Coach Pine Bubbling. However you know me, you know whose video you clicked on. Now, this is going to be the Chiefs recap of week number 5 as the Chiefs cruised to a victory over the Minnesota Vikings by a score of 27-20. Now, this game had its up and downs through it, just like the season has in every game so far, but overall, there were a lot more ups than downs, I'd say. It never really seemed like we stalled out at any point during the game, either on defense or on offense. It always felt like we were playing to win, essentially. The defense always felt like it could show up. The offense always felt like it could go down the field and score. It was a good game for us. Now, we only won by 7 points, but the Minnesota Vikings, despite their record, are a very good football team, and I was glad to see that we could, go toe-to-toe with one of the better teams in the league. They haven't shown that on their record this year, but Minnesota is a very, very good football team. Now, Mahomes, he had a bit of a comeback day. I mean, he's been a little questionable these last few weeks. He was smart with the football in this one, did not turn the ball over, had 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and overall played very clean football that we need him to play this season. Kadarius Toney led the receiver room in catches with 5, but I believe he only had like 26 yards, so just over 5 yards a catch. Rashee Rice was right behind him with 4 catches, and Rashee Rice really seems to be the most reliable target in the receiver room, obviously outside of Travis Kelce. But he is really starting to come into his own. He's a rookie out of SMU. We took him in the second round, and he had some drop issues in the preseason and in the first couple of weeks. But he really seems like he is starting to get a feel for the speed of the NFL game, and he really seems to be coming in at his own and looks to be the receiver that is more than likely going to be the one to come out of the pack as the wide receiver 1. So far this season, the Chiefs have been doing wide receiver by committee, and it has been working, but look to see, 1 or 2 of the guys separate themselves from the other, and I expect Rashee Rice to be one of those guys. The defense, as I stated, I always felt like they were in it. I always felt like they could make a stand. They had a very good day against what really is a potent and powerful Minnesota Viking offense. Justin Jefferson, we contained him very well. Obviously, he went down with injury at the beginning of the game and now is on IR. But when he was in the game, he was being contained. TJ Hawkinson got contained well. Alexander Madison got contained well. We really showed that we are one of the better defenses in the league. And like I said a few videos ago, potentially the best defense in the AFC. I don't think that's crazy to say at this point. It did seem like we, at one point, took our foot off the gas pedal in that fourth quarter. We kind of let the Vikings sneak back into the game a little bit. We were up 14 points going into the fourth quarter, and then just kind of seemed to smooth sail our way to a victory. And for a second there, it looked like it was going to come back to bite us. And really looked like Minnesota was staging a comeback at one point, and they made it 7 points difference, and then we just kind of ran the clock out from there and made good defensive stops. But in future games, I would like to see us keep that pedal to the metal a little more. Conserve some clock, run the ball more than you pass the ball, get good, easy completions. That way you keep the clock running, but still try to get down the field and score. Put as much points on the board as possible. I've always felt that way as a coach. Never take your foot off the gas pedal. Obviously, unless you're up by like 50 points, then you can kind of chill a little bit. But 3 scores or less, you go, because you never know what could happen. So I would like to see us push the pace a little more and put more points on the board when possible and necessary. That's really all I got. This game just kind of proved what we already know and cleaned up on some issues that I've already addressed on this channel. Chiefs go on to face the Broncos in this week's Thursday night football matchup. That's going to be a slugfest. I feel like it's either going to be a blowout or a slugfest. I expect a slugfest. So tune into that one on Prime Video. I'm Pine the Pair, and that's my take. I'll see you in the next one.